Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Craigzilla coming at you with another piano tutorial. Today I'm going to be breaking down Sweet Love by Anita Baker. Before we get into the tutorial, I just want to let you know there's a link in the description to, if you want to see me play the whole song all the way through, I made a video. It's just a video of me playing through the song. Link in the description. Check it out. To see how everything kind of fits together. In this video, I'm just going to be breaking down the different sections, showing you all the chords, one chord at a time. So it starts off with this intro. Then you're into the verse, right? So the chords to that intro is just B flat major 9 to G flat major 9 and then you'll do this to get to the E flat minor 9. Now all that is just A flat, B flat, D flat, E flat. And you land on that E flat minor. So right? And then now do the same thing again, but the rhythm on that A flat chord is a little different the first time versus the second time. Check this out. Did you hear that? How it's a little different? So the first time you get to that A flat chord, you go, and the second time you go, right? And the count is like, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be the first time. And then the second time, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So that's the key kind of thing about the intro, is the rhythm of those last two chords. It changes the first time versus the second time. And then, of course, that little line going into the E flat minor 9, which you don't have to play. You can play it if you want. I like how it sounds, and I think I can hear it in there on the record. So, anyways, you get through the intro, and that's really like the main chords of the song. The thing about this song is that the intro, the verse, and the chorus all kind of have the same chords, but they're just slight variations to each thing. So if you get all those chords, you know, you're halfway there, because the rest of the song just has those same chords, but they're in a different arrangement, right? So that's the intro. After the intro, you go into the verse. Now the verse, like I said, has the same chords, but I'll play through it one time. So and then you're into the chorus, right? So the verse chords, the order of the chords is a little different, and there is an extra chord in there, right? So you'll go B flat major 9. This time you'll go to the E flat minor 9 first, before you go to the G flat major 9. And then on the first pass, you'll go to this F minor 7, then to this G flat over A flat, then to this E flat over F on the first pass. Now on the second pass, same thing for the first part, except this time you don't go to the F minor, you just go, okay? And there's little embellishments there that you can include if you want. One that I heard was on the B flat major 9, get you into that E flat minor 9. You hit C, B flat, and F before you get to that chord. So, and then of course this one, same one from the intro. So, now check this out. To get to that F minor 7, you can hit this A flat, B flat, and E flat real quick. So, right, and then that A flat sus and that E flat over F, and then back to the top. Now, on the second pass, you can kind of, you can kind of just do like a higher inversion of this chord. You can kind of, right? And like I said, on the second pass, when you get to that G flat major 9, before you go to the A flat sus, remember this is the second pass of the verse. You'll go, and you land on this A flat sus chord. Now, the rhythm here for that, so like when you're on that G flat major 9, there's 3 chords there on the final bar. There's the F minor 7, there's the G flat over A flat, and there's the E flat over F. So, and that's the rhythm of 1, 2, 3. Now, on the second pass, it's the same rhythm. You're hitting the chords at the same time, but instead of hitting that F minor, you're just hitting you're just going into this chord, the G flat over A flat. So I'll demonstrate it. So 1, 2, 3. Hear it? So on the first pass, on the second pass, right? Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, so anyways, that's the verse. And like I said, each verse is a little different. That's pretty much what I just showed you with the embellishments and stuff. Right? All that. That's pretty much the first verse verbatim, right? There's 3 verses in the song, so that's the first verse, almost exactly how it is on the record. The second and third verses are very similar with the embellishments and stuff, but it gets a little harder to hear because there's more like auxiliary sounds going on the record. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what's going on with the keys, but it's very similar. You could pretty much play that through all 3 verses and it would sound fine and it would be great. But if you wanted to, you can also, like I said, come up here. So I'm playing this chord down here. You can come up here and play it like that, or any kind of version of it, right? After you play it. Right? You can kind of experiment. You don't have to do it exactly like that. You can kind of, use your judgment and just have fun with it, So that's the verse, okay? And then after the verse, it goes into the chorus. And the chorus is different in the sense that it bounces a little bit. So it's like, I'll play through it. that would be the chorus. Now, what am I doing there with my left hand? I'm doing this little, there's like some thing that happens. If you listen real close, you can kind of hear it on the record. There's a thing going on where the chord is up here bouncing and the left hand is doing like almost a complementary thing. It's not the same as the bass line. The bass line is doing something different, but it kind of locks in with the bass line and syncopates with the actual bass line really nicely. And so I wanted to kind of show you guys that. But also, again, you don't have to do this, especially like if you're not going to do the song verbatim and the bass player, if you're playing this in a band and the bass player is not doing the bass line exactly like it is on the record, this may not sound good, you know, because it's really intricately kind of locks in with what the actual bass is doing. And if you want to kind of see what I'm talking about, click that video in the description of me playing through, and when I get to that chorus, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. Because on the playthrough video, I have like all the bass line is there and the drums and the vocals and everything, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But anyways, there's a couple tricky things about this. Besides that, the chords are again the same as the rest of the song, but in a different order. So first, I'll just kind of break down the chords so you get an idea. Starts again with that B flat major, and then goes to this E flat minor 9. Then it does the G flat major 9 for a second, but then goes right back to the E flat minor 9. And then the A flat sus and the F sus. So what I mean is like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how it changes kind of quick? And then on the second pass, it doesn't even go to the G flat major 9. It stays on that E flat minor. It doesn't. So the first pass, it goes to the G flat major for just a second. On the second pass, it doesn't go there at all, right? And so just something to keep in mind, you know, so you're not clashing with the bass player or whatever. So and then also you could bounce it, like if you don't want to do the intricate left hand syncopated thing, which I'll show you here in a second, but if you wanted to, you could just bounce the chords. Like that, and that would sound fine. Like I said, stay there on the second, and then you may hold those last two chords before going back into the verse or going into the bridge, just to kind of, you know, at the end of the song, the chorus loops, and so in that case, you just bounce it to the end, right? But anyways, yeah, let me show you kind of that little left hand thing real quick. So it's kind of tricky. On the second pass, right? So I kind of messed it up there. And again, this little thing in the left hand is not like a make or break thing. You don't have to do it. But I did want to throw in a little something about it because I did hear it when I was studying the tune. It is kind of hard to hear, and I don't think it does this exactly like this every time. I think there's little variations that happen with it. But essentially, it's just so you're starting with the B flat, and then to the F, bounce back up to the B flat, and then to that E flat, you'll go down chromatically from the F. So now you're on the E flat chord. So that's, and then you can walk it up from the E flat to get to that A flat sus and that F sus. So that's the first pass. Oh, and then to get back to the B flat, right? And then basically the same thing on the second pass, except right here. Because remember we said we don't go to the G flat on that second pass of the chorus. It stays on that E flat. So when you get to the E flat, right? And like I said, I don't know if it does this exact thing every time. You can actually omit certain notes too, like how I walked up here. You know, sometimes I'll just go, instead of doing the whole walk up, I might just start from the F sharp. I might just start from the F. You know, or for this, sometimes I might just go, you know, you don't have to do the whole thing every time. You can kind of pick and choose kind of how you want to do it. But yeah, anyways, something kind of cool that I noticed there about that. Now, and like I said, you can just bounce the chords if you don't want to do all that extra syncopation and stuff like that. And that'll be fine. So anyways, that is most of the song. The only thing is the bridge, right? So where does the bridge come in? You've got the intro. We went over that. The first verse, first chorus. Then you go second verse, second chorus, and then comes the bridge. So coming out of that second chorus would go, let's just pretend bridge. Then you're into the third verse. Okay, so that bridge is just E flat minor 9 to this A flat major over B flat. And I like to include this F here. So you could even call it an F minor 7 over B flat if you want. And then these two notes come up to make it a B flat 7. Right? So and you just do that 3 times. So that's the first time, let's say. Here's the second time. Same thing. Third time. Now watch this. B flat major 7 to a B flat minor 7 to a F sus. E flat major over F. So and then you do one more verse, right? And then the chorus, and that's it. It's tricky. Right? That's the whole song. So, yeah, hopefully that helped you out. At the end of the song, it just, does the chorus, repeats the chorus, and then fades out. So, hopefully that helps you out. If so, please like, subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, or requests, feel free to hit the comment section and let me know what you're thinking. Other than that, that's it for this one. So, yeah, until next time.